I can think of 33 reasons I hate my enemy, but the remedy is to remember the blood that was shed for me, by the one who was led to me when I once was lost in the cost of the cross. So it's not false, for my boss tossed me in his blood made of his mud, tugged as I shrugged and lugged this sin when my light was dim. But through him he began to mend and sent a lending hand, so I could stand. Can I ever understand the grace that took place as my face laced with disgrace was erased? Now no place as the race starts a new case, in place of the vacant space replaced with this grace as I'm placed back into his hand. For the path I once ran slammed my face in the sand with no hand to guide or abide as I stood by the wayside. But deep inside I was full of mourn as the thorn torn, and full of scorn served to warn as a horn that I was lost, and at what cost. Did I learn from the loss, or did I just continue to gloss my loss and pretend within that the sin would begin to win? From within I already knew each path was a loss. If I did not trust in the boss, it was always a loss. A dead-end road ready to explode, for the load in the mode that I rode was in vain, insane. Only me to blame, for the thought of fame brought thought of shame if I could not tame and maim that which remained. What I was missing was him, but my sin would lend the lies to cover my eyes, otherwise demise would not have been realized. Hypnotized by the lies made me unwise, so my cries as I stared demise in the eyes made me realize that demise was all lies. So once I realized that demise was all lies by my cries deep within and was sin, I began to ask him to come in and remove all this sin that would lend an end to demise. And he heard my cries and looked past all the lies and removed all my ties to demise. So my eyes now realized that which was wise could now cover my eyes, because demise was all lies. But until the ties with demise were realized and removed, there was no space within for wise to take rise. For demise was a layer that had to be shed so that wise could rise past demise. Wise was the rise to demise, but could easily lead back to demise if my eyes became vain. Left the same as before, the same door was in store, so to be wise is to remove all lies and ties to demise, and to rise past demise to be wise not in vain. The next question remains is how to remove vain, because without vain then demise could no longer remain. And if wise would continue to rise without vain, how far would wise continue to rise not in vain? And if wise continues to rise not in vain, will my eyes covered in wise still remain? Or is wise and demise really the same? And as I rise, wise is removed from my eyes and becomes something new. Which is you?